Relationships generally, I believe, should be gotten into by people that are mature and ready to be in relationships. I feel like if you're a child, take the time to grow up. There's no need to be in a hurry to be in relationships. There's like a lot of things to do for fun as a young person. And it's not also about relationships. And I know that that's kind of hard to hear because when everybody's dating, it feels like you should be doing it too. But if you can just persevere and wait till you're an adult, like actually 18, I think it would save you some time. And it helps you to develop some of the skills you need to be an adult and not just trying to find your identity in a relationship. And I did not plan to say that, but I just thought about it, and I think it's very important to let you know. So, relationship green flags. Every relationship is unique for sure, and yours might be different, but in every relationship, appreciation should be there. You should respect and value your partner and express gratitude often. So you shouldn't feel like they're doing you a favor for dating you. Yeah, that's not what we're about. You're a person of value. You have intrinsic value just by being a human being, and you're beautiful, you are handsome, you are worthy of being treated nicely. You're worthy of being treated with respect and love and kindness, and that should come forth. It's not like they're saying, oh, thank you for choosing me, I know I'm ugly and you should have chosen someone else. No, it's not that. It's like they just genuinely adore you. Their words are kind, their actions are kind, they do what they say they will do, they mean what they say, they don't treat you badly. That's like basic stuff. So appreciation should be there. Got it? Okay. Next we have balance. So this one actually is kind of nice because it goes through the ABCs and it goes to S. So let's keep going. Not like this one for every letter, but yeah. Balance. You find happiness in time spent together and apart. Some needs are met outside the relationship through friendships, hobbies, etc. See what I was saying at the beginning about finding yourself before you get into a relationship? There needs to be balance. On one hand, you should enjoy spending time with each other because love and all the hormones that work together to help you feel in love make you want to spend a lot of time together. But there needs to be balance. Your life should not revolve around this person. Your happiness should not solely come from this person. This person should not be an escape route for you from life. You need to have friends. You need to have hobbies. Things you enjoy outside of this person you're dating. It's a green flag when that's happening. And it's a red flag when the person needs to be with you to be happy. When they say, I might kill myself if you're not here, that's a red flag. And you want to stay away from that. So balance means that you're able to spend time together and be happy, but also you're enjoying your life apart from this person as well. Next, we have commitment. Somebody say commitment. Loud and clear. Commitment. You shouldn't listen to this video if you think you're in a relationship. You should be listening only if you know you're in a relationship. As in, you have made things clear with each other, that you have been explicit with each other, you're committed to each other. Let me read what it says. You're invested in your partner and the relationship. You give the relationship adequate time and energy, and they do the same as well. I want to add that you have explicitly made a commitment to each other, that this is a relationship. You're not just talking about somebody you have a crush on. You're not assuming that your situationship is a relationship. You're not assuming that this is something more than it is. There has been explicit commitment. You're invested in the relationship and they're also invested in it. And I also want to say a level of commitment also means you are choosing each other and forsaking all others. So you're not still double dipping. Commitment is important. Okay. There's also commonality. So commonality here is that you share important goals, beliefs, and values with your partners. Why did I say partners? With your partner. So commonality here is you are not like totally opposites. I know some people say opposites attract, but there needs to be an extent to which you agree with each other. You have to have shared interests. You need to find them like interesting, and they need to find you interesting as well. There's some people that say, oh, this person is a boring person. Well, if you don't find them interesting, I don't know what you're doing there. Like, just let them go and find somebody who appreciates them. You need to have shared beliefs about the world, about money, about life, about children, about the environment. If I don't know, politically too, it helps if you can agree, so that you're not always arguing. Even with religion as well, there's some things that are easier to understand and communicate if you have a shared understanding. If somebody's religion is a big part of who they are, it makes no sense for you to not share that religion, because it means there's a big part of them that you cannot understand and you cannot come into, and it kind of limits how close you really can get together. But goals as well, you don't have to have the same goals, but you need to think of their goals as tangible and reasonable. Like, you cannot look down upon their goals and be like, I don't know what you're doing. One of the famous bloggers, Fisaya Lunge, I think, mentioned that she was dating someone one time that thought it was weird that she was hiring an intern for her blog and everything, and so it was like very much looking down on the idea of being a blogger. If only you knew that being a YouTuber would be the most desirable job in 2022. All that to say, your goals need to make sense to them and theirs to you. Not that they can't have goals that you've never heard of, but when they tell you about it, you should be able to buy into it and be able to support them, essentially, is what it is. Okay, conflict resolution is another one. Conflict resolution means being able to take responsibility for your actions, your words, and having the skills to resolve conflict. So when things happen, disagreements will happen, because when you talk so regularly, when you are spending so much time with each other, you're going to butt heads at some point. But you need to be able to like work through them. You need to be able to suck it up and apologize sometimes. You need to be able to be like, okay, let's talk about what's going on. You said X, I said Y, here's what's going on. You need to also know, even in those conflict resolution sessions, when to back up and be like, you know what, it doesn't feel like we're making a lot of headway, so let's come back to this at a different time. Conflict resolution is important, and being able to do that in a way that doesn't hurt the other person. Some people can't talk about conflict, can't deal with conflict together without calling each other names, without being mean to each other, without like ghosting each other for days, without holding malice, keeping malice against each other. Those are some childish things and kind of red flags that you can maybe work through, but if they feel like they're persistent, they could be signs that there's something else bigger at stake and this person is just not mature enough to handle the affairs of life. So yeah. Effective communication, kind of similar to conflict resolution. You can communicate your own needs and wishes while respecting those of your partner. I saw this cute video today of a child that was like, she was in her car about to get into her car seat, and she goes, "Mom, school was a lot today. I just need a minute." And her mom was like so gracious, like, "Oh, sorry, you need a minute? What happened in school today?" And she was like, "Oh, I had lunch. It was a lot." And I'm like, just thinking kids are being cute and all, like, lunch, how is that a lot? But also just the idea that she's able to realize that she needs a minute, instead of crying and yelling. Of course, kids are allowed to cry and yell, that's why they're kids. But as an adult, you have to be able to, like, you know what, I need a break. I'm not okay. I'm hungry. Let's not have a conversation right now until I'm fed. I'm tired. My period is coming and I might be a bit iffy this week, so just give me some grace. Or I've had a long day. Let's deal with this later. You need to be able to express your needs, because people are not mind readers. If you're upset and the person hasn't noticed, don't assume that they will notice. Text them, "What you did yesterday really upset me and I'm mad at you. And please apologize," or like, "Let's talk about it," or whatever. You must be able to talk about your needs. Respect your partner's wishes. If they say, this thing you're saying hurts me, don't keep doing it. There's like some phrases I used to say earlier in my marriage that I was just like, this is normal to me, but my husband used to get really mad at it, and I was like, this is like not a big deal. But eventually, if he says it's a big deal to him, then maybe it's not that big a deal for me to stop saying them. It's stuff like that. Okay. Empathy. So empathy means that you can take on your partner's perspective and understand their feelings, even if you do not always agree. So empathy means like being able to walk in their shoes and understand where they're coming from. So you may not agree that like the fact that you've gone to work all day means that you're absolved of your responsibility when you come back home, but you can understand that they're tired, and you can give them grace. So empathy just means that you can take on their perspective, know how they're feeling, just because you're an adult and you can see things from a different perspective. Again, another reason why you should wait to date so you can be a mature person. Okay. Honesty. Somebody say honesty. Your actions align with your words, and your thoughts and feelings that you express are genuine. Lying is so stressful. You have to like keep up lies to feed the other lies that you've told before, and it's just weird. The people are constantly lying out here, and if you spend a lot of time on social media, you can see that it's kind of what cheating is made up of. But let's not go into that line of thought today. Your words need to align with your actions. If you say you will do something, you should do it. You should be a stand-up person, which is like a reliable person. If you say you're going to come pick me up from work, you should be able to show up and come pick me up, or let me know in advance that you won't be able to be there. if you say you were at this place at this time, somebody who was also there should be able to like corroborate your story. Independence is another one. As much as you're in love and you have shared goals and desires, you should also be able to have interests and goals that are separate. Independence means that you can have, you're a full person outside of them. You're not a half person who is then made complete by this person. No, they don't complete you, they just complement you. Oh, look at those bars. You should be a full person who enjoys your life, who has dreams and desires for your life, and when this person comes into your life, they should just kind of compliment you, support you, help you get there faster, help you get there without being stressed and things like that. Like, you should not be trying to be like your partner. I mean, some things can happen naturally where when you spend time together, you start to have shared goals and visions and all of that, but you're still a person by yourself. And independence means that you're able to hold your own as well, and you don't feel the need to become a shadow of yourself when you're around a partner. And if somebody makes you feel like you have to change or you can no longer be your full self, it's also a red flag. So a green flag is that you're able to maintain your independence and they support it. Intimacy is a green flag, and intimacy is not the same as sex, guys, okay? Intimacy means that you feel close and connected with your partner physically and emotionally. What that means is that you can talk to them about your feelings, your emotions, you can talk to them about your day, you can hold them and hug them and you feel good. You should enjoy being together, you should enjoy spending time with each other, you should enjoy talking with each other, you should enjoy expressing yourself, you should feel safe to do that. And over time, you should grow in intimacy. At the beginning, you don't really know someone, so it makes sense that you're not like intimate with them. But as you go in a relationship, you should feel safer and safer to reveal yourself, your desires, your dreams, your goals, aspirations, all of that good stuff to them. And it should be a two-way street. It's not about sex, it's not about like liking each other and things like that. It's about enjoying each other's presence. It's about feeling comfortable to share deep things together and feeling connected. That's what intimacy is about, and that's a green flag when things are going well in that area. Okay, safety is another green flag. You respect your partner's boundaries, you feel safe physically, intellectually, which means that you can express your thoughts, they don't make you feel stupid or dumb. You can also be emotionally free with them. You can express your feelings with them. They don't like downplay your feelings. They don't say, oh, you're just making that up. They're not like swift to take other people's side when you're talking to them. I mean, not that they can never say you're wrong or call you out. That's part of being loving as well. But safety means that they feel like home. And that's important in relationships, that you can feel like yourself, that you can share your big ideas with them, your little ideas. I was sharing earlier about someone who was hiring someone for her blog, and her partner laughed at that. Like, that's like a dream killer, you know? That's not somebody you want to grow with. And there's so many people in relationships that they could have been so great, but because their partners were not supportive, like the dominant voice in their head became the voice of negativity from their partner, and it killed their self-esteem. So that's not what you want in a relationship. You want to feel safe, you want to feel like respected, you want your opinions to be heard, you want your opinions not just be heard but be celebrated. Romantic relationships are often our most intimate relationships. Our partners are often the people that we talk to the most and spend the most time with, so it feels really important to feel safe with them and to be able to express yourself and really feel like your full self when you're around them. If that's not the case, it's a red flag. And if this is the case, that you feel safe with them, it's a green flag. The last one from this list is self-confidence. You feel comfortable being yourself in the relationship. Yes, you shouldn't have to be another person. You should be able to talk with your accent. You should be able to like go without your wig. This would have been a good place to remove my own, but no. I'm not trying to be intimate with all of you people, but self-confidence, I have videos on this channel with bald head, so you can scroll back to see them. But you should feel self-confident in all that you are. Everything you are should be able to come out. They shouldn't make fun of you. They shouldn't make you feel less than you are. They shouldn't make fun of your weaknesses. They should be helping you be a better person, and ultimately you should feel comfortable. They shouldn't be, when you're around them, you should feel like the best version of yourself. And if that's not the case, it's a red flag. But if this is the case, that you feel safe, you feel confident, you feel loved, you feel admired, you're doing well. So those were all green flags that should help you know whether the person you're with is a good fit at all, or whether you might be in a relationship where there might be some problems that you need to either work on addressing with a counselor or a therapist, or whether you should dip because some things are not worth your energy. But I hope that was helpful enough. If it was helpful, give this a thumbs up. But in the second half, we'll be going further. So yes, this is a great person, but how do I know this is somebody I want to commit to, and how can I determine that this is somebody that is worth spending the rest of my life with? That second half is going to be based from my book, Situationship: How to Stop Breaking Your Own Heart, which you should check out on Amazon, Apple Books, Google Books, and everywhere books are sold. But enough of the self-promo. Let's get right into it. But yeah, get my book, buy it. That's a good way to say thank you for this video.